Welcome back to Omnifactory. Today, we're not going to be carrying on with the rocket fuel side of things because I'm still getting that sorted. I'm just getting some stuff built with the system in the background. So today I thought we'd get on with some quests, and particularly this one I got recommended by a commenter with the name of Great King of Pies. And apparently it's probably well worth us getting on with the quests basically, and there's some I've been leaving out up here in the early game and over here on the left hand side of mid game, and that starts opening up a lot of other quests around the side of things, and we can then afford more Omni coins to buy more ores, or different kinds of ores. So up here we've got to start with phosphorus pentoxide, and that requires a bit of work but not too much. To get it, we just basically need phosphorus dust and oxygen, and you know we're already producing oxygen anyway, but we should get it as a byproduct of some of the earlier stuff we're going to produce. So phosphorus dust, on the other hand, we need to get from a centrifuge, I think, or maybe electrolyzer. Yeah, electrolyzer from phosphate dust. So the phosphate dust splits into phosphorus dust and oxygen, and then we just recombine them. So an electrolyzer followed by a chemical reactor gets us what we need. So, working backwards to how do we get phosphate dust? Now we've already got to this point in a previous episode. We got the precursor product for this. If we look at an electrolyzer again, you'll see we get a bunch of things from phosphor dust. Phosphor dust is, again, backwards one more time, promise. We just need to get phosphor dust as a purified pile, and that turns into phosphor dust itself. If you want to go back one further stage, it's basically getting purified and then macerating it into, the purified phosphor dust and phosphate dust as a byproduct. That's a 14% chance. So in the meantime, we're just going to go with this. I've already been putting some of this through the macerator, so I just need to put it into a centrifuge, and that should get me some phosphor dust. So let's just look for phosphor. There we go. I've got a full stack of it. And let's just dump that into a centrifuge. You can just go there, and that's going to start producing, hopefully. Yep, phosphor dust. And I'm going to want 5 of that to be able to then make the next thing in the chain. Where are we again? Just let's go back through the quest. So chemical reactor, phosphorus dust, electrolyzer, phosphate dust. So I'm going to shove this straight into the electrolyzer, and I'm going to start getting stuff out. So if I'm going to do that, I may want to just have a chain, and I may want to get another electrolyzer sorted. I can always put it in the one upstairs, I guess, but yeah, why don't we just build one? Can I actually build one in the system? Electrolyzer, yeah, we can. An advanced version. Do you have everything you need? You do, it looks like. You won't scroll down, but yeah, presume that's going to work. And I should already have a chemical reactor ready because I made one before the episode started. Yep, we got one there. So that works. And over here, we're gaining phosphor dust. That's exactly what we want. And then a tiny pile of phosphate dust as well. Okay, so let's just get that. So uses for the phosphor dust, we're just going to get straight into an electrolyzer and get phosphate dust out of it. Again, this doesn't have to be the automated side of things. We can just dump this upstairs, dump it into here. We shouldn't get any sort of byproducts out of that other than calcium, I think. Not sure what we're going to be using calcium for, but the rest of this we can just basically combine. Let's put all you away. Moontuff, let's put that away. And there we go. So phosphate dust is what we're going to be using. And we're going to get more of it. Let's just see if any has come through the system. Phosphate. Yeah, looks like there's more there. Okay, how about our electrolyzer? Is that finished? Electrolyzer? Yep, it's finished. Good. All right. So now what I really want to do, this is a low tier. This is a medium tier. I could use this one. Yeah. It's just finding the space on these things. Here, this will do just fine. Let's just use the back of this for now. So electrolyzer is going to be at the bottom, and let's just make sure it's pointing upwards and its output is there. And then we want a chemical reactor. Yep, advanced chemical reactor. And let's just put in the phosphate dust. That's going to electrolyze into the 2 different products, and then should make its way automatically. If I output both gases and solids, it's going to make its way up here. So we're going to end up with oxygen, and phosphorus dust. Now, at some point, this is probably going to be the wrong ratio, and one of these two things is going to fill before the other. So we might have to think about some kind of system to capture that. But for now, that's going to just start working just fine. And we just need a lot more phosphate dust, don't we? So let's just see if... oh, I don't even need that. Where's my... Ah, there it is. Let's just see if more's come into the system. So phosphate. Yep, more is in, but not very much more. Put even you in there. And is it 4 that you need for this for this chemical reactor? Just 4, yeah. So that should start, and it has. We've got phosphorus pentoxide dust. Okay, quest done. And I do like to. I try not to do these episodes too often where we just do quests, but it's nice to be able to do quests and not have to worry about big infrastructure. So, you know, I am going to have to get them done sooner or later. Phosphoric acid bucket. Well, we're just going to have to get that from other bits and pieces. It looks like we probably already have everything we need. Yeah, it's just another chemical reactor, and it's just going to be water to be put into it, and phosphoric acid will come out of the other side. We don't have any byproducts, and it's quite a simple thing. So, yeah, we can just get another chemical reactor. So let's just get that over here and ask the system to build one, because chemical reactors are like it's almost the most common things I actually request from the system. And I didn't even need to come over here because I've got the wireless crafting terminal. I just can never get used to it for a good few play hours after actually making it. So, yeah, let's just dump that stuff away. And I think I also have a couple more interfaces. Yep. Now, the interfaces I'm not going to put out here for this. I'm actually just going to be using for being able to build stuff. So let's just pop you out of the way, and let's just put a couple down there. Because I have a couple of recipes here for advanced fermenter and advanced brewery. The two machines that we needed for outside for the setup for that starts rocket fuel. I just wanted advanced versions so everything can go on a medium voltage tier spike out there, you know, long cable. So how long is it going to take? That's not going to take very long at all. These are extremely fast. So it's just making 2 plates. So that should be done in a second. So that should be fine. And then phosphoric acid. Let's just take a look at what we can do with it. That's going to lead to the next quest, I'm sure. Well, yes, we can get phosphorus dust and hydrogen. That's one option. We can get, I don't even know what that is. Manganese oxide. Interesting. Luminescence, so that's, yeah, probably the stuff we already did for luminescence, possibly, maybe where we already did it. However, I'm more interested in stuff we haven't got yet. So phosphorus dust and hydrogen. Phosphorus dust is used with a bunch of other stuff. Let's see what the quest take us, shall we? We're going to need some water. Do I have water in one of these tanks? No, it doesn't look like I have water. So let's just grab... Will these fill? Will you fill? No, you just fill with 1 bucket. Okay, well, I guess I can just keep grabbing 1 bucket. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, good. All right, so is our chemical reactor done yet? Chemical. Yes, it is. Good. And we're just going to do the same thing with the output. We're just going to dump it upwards. And there we go. So you can output everything. And of course, it's not outputting at the moment because I took it out of there. But if we just do this and then dump water in, that's going to start producing phosphoric acid. And we should be able to get a bucket of that. Don't know where that's going in my inventory. There it is. Phosphoric acid. And the second quest. Another 5 Omni coins. And you'll see now it's heading us towards advanced components. Yep, the things that you used, you know, the crafting tables, I've showed it a few times in the episodes, the ones with not just 3x3, the ones with crazy numbers of slots, especially as you get towards mods like Avaritia. Yeah, that's where this is sort of heading. So this just needs luminescence, but remember we already made luminescence. It's in one of these other setups. In fact, we may just have redone one of the other setups. Let's just take a look. Is it in any of these? That's my sulfuric acid. This is where I need, you know, to make some signs and label some stuff. I'm sure I've already done this before. Regardless, it's in one of these setups if it is. Yes, we've got luminescence there and there's phosphoric acid. So we've already got some available. And I'm just going to grab some from that. And that's coming from a chemical reactor. But that's coming via sulfuric acid and water to make phosphoric acid and hydrochloric acid. Different chain and different products. So yeah, that's going to be useful. There that goes. And on we're into advanced components. Now these are something you want to probably make with the system, not with any other mechanism. So let's just go and this won't do patterns. I have to go inside for this. Is there one pattern terminal? I didn't think there was. Anyway, advanced component, and we can just record that as a pattern. And we will have to probably just configure this to be cutting saw for glowstone. Yeah, that'll do. Let's just go by the cutting saw. Oh, it's also electrum. There's a slightly different recipe. Those are two different things. So that will do for the cutting saw. And the electrum plate is going to be a compressor. So that can get done for that. And the luminescence, we've already got some. And the black steel plate, can we already make that in the system? Black steel plate. Yeah, the system can already make it, so I don't have to worry about that. So compressor, first of all, let's just dump you in. That's the electrum one. Then we want the glowstone plate, which is a cutting machine. There it is. And then that is just the normal molecular assemblers. So let's just molecular, and we should have a couple of spaces in here now. Yep, we do. So we can just dump everything in that way. So we now should be able to make advanced components. So again, once I put this luminescence back in the system, we have a couple of sources of it now. And we just have to make one for this. So why don't we just start to make one? It doesn't know how to make glowstone yet, or at least the block form of glowstone. But that is very straightforward. We can probably just make a recipe of it. I hate sort of using my patterns up to do this, but it's sort of, perhaps I can justify maybe that it should just make it in this form. The alternative thing is out there in the resource generation, instead of putting this right here in glowstone form, what you could do is put a compacting drawer there, and that's one of the quests in the chain, and that will then store it in both the dust form and the block form automatically. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm not going to worry about it just yet, unless we need a lot of things. So advanced components. You can craft. Good, away you go. We only need the one. And then what's after that? That's looking at the catalyst. So that's going to be like 3 of these and something else, I imagine. So let's just take a look. 1, we have to take it out of the system. More Omnicoins, please. Omnicoins. And now into advanced catalyst, which is, yeah, it's the same recipe, but very slightly better. In that it needs 4 of the previous component, not 3, and 1 of the black steel plates. So let's just put that away, and then molecular again. I wish it would reorder them so the molecular ones are at the top, but that's just a pet peeve. And we can just tell it to craft one of those. Good, off it goes, and it'll be done in a second. What do we have next up after that? That looks like the advanced extended crafting table. That's not the highest tier. Let's just look at the advanced extended crafting table. It's probably in this list somewhere already. Advanced extended. Why is that? Oh, it's probably not called the advanced. That's just the quest name. Crafting table. Yeah, there it is. It's the golden one. It's just called the extended one. And that requires 4, well, 1 of the catalysts, 4 of the advanced components, and then basic catalysts as well. They look to be similar, except they need pretty much everything we've already got. We can already do those. It just, the system doesn't know how to make them. So why don't we just tell it how to make those as well? So basic, what are they? Basic components? Yeah. And I'm going to need more patterns, clearly. I'm not sure if the system actually has enough to make more, but looks like it does. And we'll just put more stuff. Looks like I'm going to run out of more space in the interfaces for the molecular assemblers again. So I'm just going to separate out these recipes so they're done by different ones. Or I think they're sharing the same actually molecular assembler, so I don't think it matters too much for the moment. So let's just take a look at advanced. Are you now crafted? You are. Yep. Okay, you can go back in the system. And more coins off and over here. So it's going to head us in towards what looks like the rocket assembly stuff, if you want to go to other dimensions like the moon. So what I want to do just before I get there is just to see what other nice recipes there are, or possible, with the extended crafting table. Oh my. So yes, you can make the elite version. A demonically gargantuan drum from Extra Utility 2. I assume that's like a 2 billion storage for liquids. Guidance computer for advanced rocketry. Okay. And this is all the rocket machines, and we're going to have to make some of those. You'll notice, however, that a lot of these, and then we'll probably have to make these manually because these won't be shift clickable into our molecular assemblers or anything, because it's not that kind of thing. However, you'll notice that most of these things is stuff we can already make. The only thing we haven't really made is this is this machine structure, which needs a machine block, but we can already make the components that make up a machine block. So again, not too terrible. And it's just an assembly machine in the middle. So yeah, that can make rocket assembling. Same thing's true here. It's just EV tier, which we're not there yet, so we can't make a space station. Shame, but we can't. We can make infused lava helmets, okay, and lava armor of all kinds. We get fire resistance from that. I'm not terribly concerned. Obsidian gives us resistance. Emerald gives us speed. But that's only with a full set, so I couldn't have my regular boots on there. Again, not too concerned about those kind of things. The ultimate helmet right. With reinforced obsidian, that's a pain to get hold of. Quantum stars, etc. Let me just keep having a look through, see if there's anything in here that I can actually get. Yeah, so there we are. This is the other thing that I was looking for. The tier 2 titanium plated microminer. So if you want other materials than titanium, well, you can use this, and you're probably going to need to upgrade the output slot, because remember the output slot has only got 6 slots by default, I think, at least the tier we currently have. So we're probably going to need to upgrade this, but we get bauxite, and bauxite's going to lead to aluminium, clearly, and probably other stuff too. We pulverize it into other stuff. Groshula, electrolyzer, aluminium, silicon, and calcium. Okay, that's good. Scheelite, tungstate, and cassiteritite, and radium salt. So scheelite is going to be hopefully something useful. Tungsten. Yeah, and I think tungsten is going to need... Yeah, you see this temperature thing? Our current tier of blast furnace can't do that. It's got 2700K maximum. Even though we've got the power, we don't have the actual coils needed. So that makes hot tungsten, which is the next tier up, to get tungsten itself. And then we can use that to make all kinds of stuff. But that's the next tier up. We can't get that until we get those upgrades. So it's all leading us down towards the next tier of upgrades. So we do have to get this crafting table done. To get that done then, let's get those patterns done. Did I put that other thing in there? Molecular. Yes, I did. So we should be able to tell this to make an advanced crafting table. Extended. Ended. And then it'll tell us whatever we're missing. Probably the compressed crafting table, it's like, what is that? So let's just actually do that at the same time. Compressed crafting table. Oh no, we already made that recipe in the system. Good. It was probably needed for something else, and I just happened to put it in there and probably regretted it. So extended, can you actually make one of those, please? Missing basic catalyst, so that's the next recipe up for the basic side of things. So basic catalyst, and we should be done. Whether we have enough materials to get it done is another thing entirely, but we'll see. Let's just see. There we go. So is the next thing the crafting table itself? It is. Extended. 1. You're missing nether quartz plate. Nether quartz plate is presumably just nether quartz dust. Yeah. Nether quartz dust is pulverized, centrifuged. I'm probably sure I can probably get it from nether quartz ore. We're getting lots of this for. I think this is from our miner that we've got going. Not anything, any of the infinite generation, just the stuff that mines the ores beneath us. So pulverize that, and we get crushed, and that goes into impure, and that goes into nether quartz dust. Yeah. Let me just process this, dump some into the system, and we'll get the nether quartz dust ready for that table. And our extended crafting table is now done. We have that quest complete, and it opens up this next one right here. So here we've gone down to this side, and there's a Apollo program here. So that's probably going to be next episode, I think, the Apollo program stuff. But to get to it, you have to go through this sort of chain of stuff. I've made the small coils quest. That's free, basically. And then the first tier 4 circuit is what's actually needed for that. But we've already got the ability to do that. So You tell the system to create one if I had some vibrant alloy. I think we've got some energetic alloy cooking up. Yep, energetic blend, and I need some gold. And I'll just get our system to make me some energetic alloy, and then we can just add some ender pearls to get something better. So you can both go in there. Whoops. Or not. Is that not the recipe? Did I forget what the recipe is? Oh no, it went. Yeah, it's definitely working. Yeah, so 63. And yeah, we just need to add some ender pearls later. So that's not a problem. Let's go back to the rocket side of things. So in the early game, you need to go through this assembly quest. So before you can build a rocket, you need to build a launch pad. And the concrete part goes in a 3x3 flat on the ground. The structured tower is stacked in a column up in the air, with the lowest structured tower block being on the same wall level as the launch pad. Yeah, we'll get to actually assembling it another time. It needs a few things. We're going to need stainless steel frames. The system can make those, so it needs to make 6, and that's trivial. So let me just ask it to make those. Steel frame. It needs to make 6, so 5, 6. Yep, we can do that. It needs to make launch pads. Launch pads are 9. Well, to get 9, you need 9 light concrete. That's all they are. And each light concrete is 9 concrete dust. Okay. How do I make concrete? I suppose I solidify it. Stone and clay. Well, we've already got probably plenty of those. Yeah, and that's going to produce a fluid of concrete, which you can then solidify 5 seconds per one. So that's not terrible. Fluid solidifier, we can knock that out quite quickly. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and do that? So fluid solidifier, we need water, we need clay, and we need stone. And that is something we're already making in the system. So let's just take out this for a second and just destroy this. I know I'm going to lose components there, but it's fine. Where's my mixer gone? Yep, there it is. So stone dust is a byproduct, and we've been in loads of it. Okay, and clay dust we already have in the system and outside. It's free, basically. And we can put those both together. And then we just need some more water. So I'm going to need to just go and get some more water from over here. I'm just going to start it off with just you. And let's just grab... Oh, no, that's not... What did I put down? Methanol. No, I don't want methanol. That's oxygen. That won't have anything in it because it stacks. Oh, I've got to wait for this to refill. It's not instant. That's a... I want something instantly producing water. That's enough. We just need to basically get it started. And this will produce a liquid, which I can grab at the other side. So let's just drop that in there. And is that already mixing? Did I get this wrong? Stone dust clay, was that wrong? Concrete? Concrete. I want a liquid. Concrete. Mixer. Stone dust. Clay dust. Water. That is everything that's there. Oh, clay. It's clay dust. Oh, of course it is. Okay. Clay dust. Is that just clay in a macerator? Clay dust. Clay dust. I think it is. Yeah. It's going to be probably the block form in a macerator, but let's just try this form. That's doing just fine as clay dust. Yeah. There we are. Let's get 20 of that. There it goes. And the mixer's normally pretty snappy at doing whatever it is doing. So there we go. We've got some concrete. I'm just going to go downstairs and grab our fluid solidifier. Yes, before it was using obsidian, but we're probably able to do another workaround for that in a minute. And that will do. That's a basic version, so it'll work on the upstairs machines just as easily as it will on this. Just pop you down. And then we're just going to use another one of our tanks just to grab all that concrete. Pop it in here with our mold. And it's just going to make concrete. It's maybe making 9. We'll see. You out of water? You're out of water already. Okay. Have we got any more concrete in there? Nope. Okay, so I'm probably going to need a little bit more. So that's fine. I'll just get some more clay dust. That should be enough for that. And just a bit more water. So I'll come back in a second once I've finished this off. There we go, 9 like concrete. We can just put that into our crafting grid. That'll get us the rocket pads. Yep, 9 launch pads. Good. And then our steel frames should be coming along. Stainless steel frames. And we get 6 of those. So that is 2 of the 3 things. The last thing is a rocket assembly machine. That's a bit more complicated. That's the thing that we needed this whole crafting table for in the first place. And it's going to need bits and pieces of stuff that I don't have yet, particularly the machine structures. I don't have these machine blocks yet. I'm not sure how many black quartz we have in the system. Black quartz. I have made some of it, so I need to just go and make more of it. Yeah, that's mainly the stopping point there. Otherwise, I'm just going to put this crafting table down somewhere. I can't really automate it yet without the other components. You need like a separate block to automate this, and you put a recipe into it and then just feed it components and it starts feeding in. I never remember actually what it's, unless it's actually a different mod. It certainly was the case. Extended crafting. There it is. Oh, hang on. Automation interface. That's it. So that goes on top usually, and then you put your recipe in that, then start feeding components in, and it starts basically crafting whatever recipe you put into here. So I will be making some of those components between the episodes, and then we'll go and take a look at that next episode when we come to the sort of rocketry and Apollo program side of things. So that's going to be helpful to get the next tier of microminers. We've got quite a few of the quests done today, and next episode we'll head into the Apollo program, I think, or maybe something else, but yeah, we'll see. Depends really on your comments. So speaking about comments, if you've got any, please put them down in the comment section below. Feel free to click on the bell for notifications for more episodes. But as always, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time in Omnifactory.